Okay, everybody. This is just a really short emergency broadcast, really, because it wasn't planned. It's urgent because the sad passing of Anne Widdecombe was already shocking enough yesterday when I found out, well, late last night. But now the police say that Anne was murdered. Now, we're waiting for a full police statement. We might get one on camera, which is why I've jumped on live. I'm hoping that we will get a statement on camera, but we are waiting for a full statement. If not on camera, then I will still read it to you. But I just want to put out what we know so far. So I was going to make a video, and I thought, well, let's just do it live. So let me just get into the live stream. We've got 11 viewers. Thank you for being here. Please hit the like if you don't mind. It does help the algorithm. So what we know so far, that Anne was living down in Devon and Cornwall. She had wanted to retire down to Dartmoor area, which isn't far from where she lived, apparently. Now, she was planning on retiring. She's 74, I think she was. And it was time for a quiet life, but then she got back involved with reform. She decided that her passion was there with reform in the last couple of years, state of this country. So she sort of come out of retirement and she lived alone, I'm told, in a little bungalow down in Devon and Cornwall with her cat. That's what we know so far, that she lived alone. Now, when her death came in early this morning, I put a post up saying, tributes, because she was the best prime minister that we never had. I was in utter shock, but I've just heard that police are treating Anne's death as murder. And we're going to get the full details now. I've literally had to grab the first article I could find. There is a manhunt for Anne's murderer. There's Anne there in her garden. She absolutely loved her garden. Very strange. Hi, Dan. Yeah, Lee. Hello, Lee. She was murdered. Now, I'm going to tell you what we know so far about the death of Anne Widdecombe. And there's not that much information out at the moment because we are waiting for the police to give us a full statement. But I'm going to read what I know so far. Oh, this is so sad. She was an amazing lady. Always admired her. Okay. Just bear with me. I'm just going to get the actual full statement up. Oh, hang on. Okay, so I'm going to read this out to you. This is a full statement from Devon and Cornwall Police. If you're coming in, I can't see any of the live chat, but I'm going to read this out to you now. A murder investigation has been launched following the suspicious death of former MP Anne Widdecombe at her home on Dartmoor in Devon. So she did get to Dartmoor where she wanted to go and retire, but she was always back in, coming back and doing stuff for reform. Police officers were called to an address at Hayter by the ambulance service around 11:40 a.m. on Thursday the 9th of July, which was, as you know, yesterday morning. Her next of kin have been informed and are being supported by especially trained officers. Detectives from the force's major crime investigation team has launched a murder investigation and are conducting extensive inquiries into the circumstances surrounding Miss Widdecombe's death. A cordon remains in place around the property While specialist officers continue forensic examinations, there are road closures in place around the scene. The police will see a significant police presence in the area, while detectives and officers conduct house-to-house and CCTV inquiries. Our murder inquiry excuse me, is in its early stages, but moving at a significant pace. We are deploying all of the necessary resources to find out exactly what has happened and to locate the person responsible, who we believe to be a white male. Now, I totally agree with Dan here. Totally agree with you. If it was black or Indian or whatever, or Middle Eastern, we would have probably got we wouldn't have got the colour. But what can we do? But saying that, though, some areas do put it out. So, like, I live in northeast Yorkshire, not far from York. When there's a crime in the local paper, oh sugar, hang on, let's get rid of that banner. Sorry about that. Just noticed it was on from the last stream. They do say white man. They do say black man, white man. You know, they do say the colour. Okay. So just London and Birmingham and all these areas, they don't say it. But some places, like I can imagine Devon and Cornwall would say that actually. So I'm just reading out the police statement. Hello, lovely jubbly. Hello, is it Angelic? Hello, English sheepdog. Hello, Clabber. Hello, everybody. How are we all doing? She was murdered. Yeah, I think I'm going to carry on reading the statement out. I'm going to keep on reading this statement. So, but we are looking at murder. Okay. The statement is, I've got this screen up because I've just chosen the first article I've seen. It's got a picture and it's got an update, but I'm reading out whilst you're looking at her picture. I'm reading out the full statement from Devon and Cornwall Police. Okay, so I'm going to continue. Our murder inquiry, I'm going to repeat that last piece. Our murder inquiry is in its early stages, but moving at a significant pace. We are deploying all of the necessary resources to find out exactly what has happened and to locate the person responsible. So they're saying there is someone responsible. It is murder. It's not suspected murder. They say responsible, who we believe is a white male. Now, they probably know from CCTV who what they look like, or for all we know, she's known. They're often known. I'm thinking some crazed lefty loony. That's my thoughts. I don't know. It could be something stupid like a disagreement over a parking space and they followed her home or something. You know, I just speculating. I'm not saying that's what happened, but it could be something like that, or it could be something even more sinister, like say a lefty or some nutter, some hope not hate nutter. Again, I'm speculating. Could have broken in. We don't know, but I'm going to continue with what we do know from the police. Again, I'm quoting here from the police. I would appeal to anyone who may have information about this incident, however insignificant it may seem, to come forward and speak with us. We are particularly keen to hear from anyone who may have seen anything suspicious in the vicinity of Hayter Vale, Hayter, or anyone with CCTV, doorbell or dashcam footage which could assist with our investigation. We have an increased uniformed police presence in the area to both support the investigation and provide reassurance to residents. Anyone with concerns can speak with our officers at the scene. We will release further information when we are able to do so. In the meantime, I would ask people not to speculate. Of course, people are going to speculate about what might have happened, particularly on social media. Are they living in the dark ages, these guys? They think that no one's going to, social media is there, it's here, and it's here to stay. The old legacy media is dead, and people are going to speculate on social media. That's just a fact. This is not this is not only potentially harmful to our investigation, but also deeply distressing for family and friends of Anne Widdecombe. Well, maybe you should speak to Femi about that, because he is gloating at the death of Anne Widdecombe on Twitter. It's X, but I call it Twitter because it will always be Twitter. How can you do a tweet on X? So you've kissed someone because it's an X, and X is a kiss. It's ridiculous. You tweet on Twitter and that's it, in my opinion. They've set up a major incident public portal, and they've given a QR code. So that's what I'm looking at right now regarding the murder. Now, I have additional details that Anne was found, and I'm going to try and find out now if I can find the exact place it's come from. That Anne was found in a pool of blood, I'm told. It's absolutely devastating news. Whew. She was found in a pool of blood and with head injuries, I'm told. Okay. Let me just see if I can find an article or we're just waiting for a full police statement as well. She was found with serious head injuries, I'm told. How? So I literally found this out just, so bear with me please, folks, as right, here we go. Right, so we're about to get an update, basically. So let's have a quick look at this. Let's go to I bet it's on the front page, isn't it, of the Sun? I'm just chose the closest, guys. No, I don't want to disable my ad blocker, thanks. Right, so here we go. It was extremely distressing death. Stop doing that. They've launched a probe after she was found dead, which we know. Now, she was a politician. She was actually a serving politician because she was a spokeswoman for the Reform Party. She had a place in the Reform Party. That's her bungalow there. Lovely little bungalow. It's like a nice 3-bed, possibly 4-bed. It's quite big, isn't it? Beautiful little bungalow in Devon. Now, she was found covered in blood after sustaining a serious head wound. Shocking, this, isn't it? Now, the panicked carer found Anne Widdecombe with serious head wound and raised alarm, sparking huge police probe. So I'm getting, as this is coming in, I'm giving it to you. Will you stop doing that? Anne Widdecombe was found with a serious head injury by her horrified carer. Officers attended her home and spoke to the carer who worked for the former MP, as cops have now launched a murder investigation. She was murdered. This is just... Police said they're trying to establish whether Anne may have died following an accidental fall. We now know she was murdered. This was previous. Or if she was the victim of an attacker, which we now know was an attacker. It is understood she was found covered in blood after sustaining a serious head wound. Cops have now confirmed they have launched a murder investigation and are hunting a white male. They've issued a statement, which I've just read out to you. Now, her team around her have issued a statement as well, her management team. And they say it's with great sadness to announce the death of Right Honourable Anne Widdecombe. Her life and career were driven by her strong Christian values and commitment to public service. She was a staunch Christian. She was a Catholic. She loved the cut and thrust of political debate. And 16 years after leaving Parliament, she was actively campaigning for Reform UK and was a valued patron of many causes, particularly her animal charities. Yeah, apparently people say, oh, she's known as being this tough battle axe. She was a really kind, really, really kind lady. And she loved animals. She once said on the Graham Norton show, we get one go this side of eternity, one go. Life is not a dress rehearsal. You take opportunities that you like and you go for it. That's my philosophy. We send our deepest condolences to Anne's family and friends. We ask the families, we respect the wishes of the family. Please do not contact them at this sad time. So that's what we know so far. We are waiting for a full, I'm hoping we're going to get a police statement on camera. And if that happens whilst I'm live, I will bring it to you. If not, I will make a video. I am going to make a video on this as well. I just wanted to jump on live when I seen this happen. So this is where, so she did actually move to Dartmoor. I know she wanted to. So she lived in a remote area near Hayton Rocks in Dartmoor, just next to Dartmoor National Park. I used to holiday all down here, Newton Abbot, Torquay. I used to holiday. Lovely area. Once you get past Exeter. In 2019, she sensationally quit the Tories and defected to Nigel Farage's Brexit party. She was a major part of Brexit. A major part of Brexit. People forget that she was a staunch supporter of Brexit. While she was in the Tory party, she was a staunch supporter of Brexit. And I truly believe that when Nigel Farage becomes Prime Minister, she would have been part of that cabinet. I really believe that. If Joe Biden, of all people, can be leader of the USA, of the free world, who can't even walk properly, let alone speak. He can't even go to the loo. He has a colostomy bag, allegedly. Then I'm sure Anne, with her passion and her fire and all the marbles and all the wits about her, would have made a brilliant Home Secretary. Can you imagine? So, oh, thank you. Oh, hang on, I've not been in the chat, so I've not seen anything. So let me just get in and say thank you. Thank you so much. Is that you, Moon? You've changed your name. Hang on. Oh, it's so kind of you. Thank you, darling. Right, I'm just going to get into the live chat because I've not seen any of it since the first few that came in. So let me get into this. Okay, so Lee says Devon, nice part of the country. We've got Richard. Hello, Richard. Now, see, live from you seems suspicious. Yeah, this could turn very dark. I don't think they will do a cover-up. Oh, thank you, Spark Swain. Oh, thank you. And thank you, Moon. That's really kind. It will all go to the animals. You know that. Cost to be a fortune right now, these lot. Thank you. The wokes, the lefties are woke crazy. She was murdered. Yet, sorry, I'm just looking back through the live chat, see what I've missed. This government is putting many. Yeah, this is the thing. Now they won't. Hi, Carlos. How you doing? Was she about to spill the beans? Good. That is a really good point. A really good point, Sheepdog, because we all know that there's a lot more to Starmer that we don't know about. And was she about to tell? Was she about to tell? So thank you so much to everybody. They'll say it was an attempted robbery. I don't think Farage is going to allow this. Thank you very much, Moon Love. Donna, hello, how you doing? Looking for a white man? Just in case you thought. No, we know. We've already covered it. But thank you. She was a national treasure, Moon. Hi, Spark Swain. Yeah, it's confirmed that she was murdered. Now, they must have something on camera. They must do. Big up to Moon. Thank you, darling. Thank you. And Spark Swain as well. She did. She would, yeah. She was the best prime minister that we never, ever had. Now, I'm going to go over to Twitter now, and I'm just going to get a few reactions, what people are saying, because that vile thing, Femi, whatever his name is, Feminine Femi, I don't even want to say too much. Oh, you're welcome, darling. Yeah, I've got to catch up with you as well. I've not. Hi, Tamsin. Yeah, it's all true. It's all true. Right. Okay. I'm gonna go over to. Just bear with me, guys. Again, it's just breaking. So sorry for the disorganisation, but this is just breaking news, you see. So just bear with me a sec. Sorry. While I get the latest on this. But I can tell you now that scumbag Femi is one of them who are gloating. She was the last of the Tory battle axes. She really was. She was the last of that generation, you know, of Margaret Thatcher. She was young when Margaret Thatcher was in, but she was coming through. It's just, I'm still trying to take all this in, guys. Just bear with me while I try and take all this in. Some of these people on Twitter are absolutely vile. Apparently, Kemi Badenoch has come out and said that she's stunned. That's all we know about that. I know that she wasn't a fan of Kemi, of the Tory party at all. Right, guys, just bear with me. I'm just going through what people are saying on Twitter. I'm going to share my screen. Just bear with me. Thank you to everyone. Tell us, you want me to start from the beginning? Because I have just read. Do you want me to read the police statement again, guys? Because I will do if you want me to. Oh, I'm just going to grab a bit of my tea. Just bear with me, folks. She was an actual Conservative, because the Conservative Party... Oh, how's the audio, by the way? I didn't even check. Is it okay? Hold on a sec. Right, so for those just coming in and you don't know yet, Anne Widdecombe was found dead she was found dead yesterday morning around 11:40. Her carer found her with serious head injuries, covered in blood. Now, initially they thought it was a fall. Obviously, they've now seen, and they must have seen some CCTV or something. They're now looking for a white male suspect. They believe she was murdered in her own home. She was only on Talk TV on Wednesday, defending Nigel Farage for calling the election. She wasn't, she had all her marbles. She wasn't exactly frail. She was looking old, but she had all her wits about her. I'll tell you that much. So that's what we know so far. I'm just having a quick look and seeing what people are saying on Twitter. So you just put in murdered into the search and see if we can get any more. Right, okay. Yeah, honestly, the country will not be the same without this poor woman. What's happened to her? She was an absolute legend. Right, let me just get some of these. Yeah, what doesn't make any sense is what this person here is saying. Anne Widdecombe was murdered yesterday, and they're only telling us now. Exactly, like, why didn't they tell us this yesterday? Now, they told us early this morning that she died, but why not tell us that she was murdered yesterday? How can they have a manhunt? How can you possibly have a manhunt when you don't tell anyone for 24 hours? It doesn't make any sense, does it? How is that possible? How? So this is the basics. I've read it out to you before, but I'm going to read it out to you again because there's new people coming in. Police have launched a murder investigation into the death of Anne Widdecombe. She was 78. My apologies. 78-year-old was found at her home in Dartmoor. They are looking for a white male in connection with their investigation, which they say is moving at significant pace. Now, police are due to hold a press conference at 4:30. Now, this is why I jumped on, because I wanted to watch that live with you guys, but it hasn't happened. We are waiting for this press conference. She was MP for 23 years in Maidstone in Kent. Mahmood says she's deeply saddened. Whatever. Now, this person says, the offender has had chance to get away. Totally agree. Why now? Why are you hiding? I bet it's some trans LGBT. I'm quoting here, guys, not me. LGBT. I just think it'll be a crazed lefty. I think it will be a crazed lefty. That's my opinion. Or they might know her. Who knows? Can't believe how much this has affected. Just reading here, and I'm trying to find what. Let me just go back to what Femi put. I cannot stand that monster, because I actually tweeted this. I am on Twitter, guys. I'm trying to get on there more and more. Okay, so this is what I reposted. You've disgusting, vile cretin. You couldn't clean and boots, scumbag. This thing here, this thing, Femi. He is an utter, absolute, vile scumbag. He says Anne Widdecombe caused these deaths for her political gain, so why not? So obviously he's been going at her. And he's saying that Brexit led to 1,500 deaths a year. I think you'll find that letting people in, undocumented, unvetted, unknown, working, fighting age men from these barbaric third world nations is killing people. I think you'll find that the grooming gangs, rape gangs, Pakistani Muslim mostly, are killing people and destroying lives. You absolute scumbag. He's just absolutely foul. I don't know where this has come from. He's replying to somebody, and he's saying that she caused the deaths. So basically, he's gloating. He is gloating. I'm waiting to get blocked by him. That Anne's dead. Anne Widdecombe dying is a tragedy, but we should be grateful that she perfectly captured the essence of Reform UK. I don't know. You know you didn't have to use her death for your own political games, right? But you did. So, yeah, he's just arguing on people because he's an absolute scumbag. And why on earth Grok or X or whatever it's called is recommending him to me? Because I don't follow him. It's just came up. Grok made a moving tribute, apparently. So I'm just gonna come off that before we go. I'll probably make a video as well, to be honest. I know it is absolutely shocking. I cannot stand that thing, honestly. Someone that they called some on the run murder white, and you could clearly see he wasn't. Right, let me get the latest, guys. Let me get the latest, because obviously this is moving at absolute pace. We are still waiting for a press conference from the police. I'll hang on for another 5-10 minutes. For those of you that don't know that are just coming in, Anne Widdecombe, we know that she has passed. He is vile, absolutely. Just I don't know. I can't really call him what I want to call him because I'll get thrown off. But he Oh man, yeah. What do you guys think about this then? Have we got any thoughts on who did this? You know, what are you thinking? Are you thinking what I'm thinking, Craze Lefty? Let me know in the comments if you're watching on the replay. We've got the replay crew. Let me know in the live chat. What do you think's happened? Let me just read some of these comments out. We've got Lovely Jubbly. I think this might be the way forward with police. Delay announce it. Yeah. Is it political? Good question, Tamsin. We don't know. Keep going with speculations. Give me your thoughts. We're just waiting for a press conference. We are really hoping that it's going to happen soon while I'm on, because I've got a few things I need to do. So I need to come off. Obviously, I'll come back on later. Bag of spanners, hello. Usual suspects. Well, apparently it was a white man. But I'm thinking actually, it could be. She lived very remotely, guys. Very remotely. I'm going to show you again. For those of you that are just coming in. Hang on. I know it's the sun, but, you know, we've got to take our news where we can get it, folks. All right. Now, this is for those coming in. She lived in Devon. This is not fake news. I'm giving you the real news. There is a real police probe. For those of you going, oh, you stop lying. There is a police probe into her death. That was her on Wednesday on Talk TV. And murder shock. Now, the death was apparently extremely distressing. She was found with a serious head wound. Covered in blood, we're told. So I'm going to give you the latest now. I'm also keeping an eye on a few other news channels as well. Oh, get lost. Let's see if we've got a little video here. Right, let's get back here. Should I have a quick drink on my tea? Watching this short clip.
Hello, I'm Anne Widdecombe. I say what I think, I am what I am, and that's it. Isn't this ghastly?
She's a very, very strong character. She says it as she sees it.
I hate positive discrimination. That is my view, and I expect you to believe it. The House of Commons has been good survival skills for this House. I think this is just wrong. It's a telling off, big brother. I'm telling you off.
Oh. I actually really love Anne. You made me feel more confident.
Oh, thank you.
Go, Anne.
Left.
Here they come, darling. Oh. Here are your bickies.
Thank you. I don't like a lot of din and noise.
We're modifying our behaviour to suit her.
Order.
I'm sorry, Anne.
Sorry, Anne.
You're all far too sensitive, you know.
You're very Thicarian.
Yay.
There's mine.
I have a little soft spot for Anne.
Big Brother thinks she's been nothing but a dream.
I've been rather a nightmare, actually.
I love this.
Toast to Anne Widdecombe.
What's this now? Hang on a sec. This is a final appearance.
Thank you.
You might feel at home here because the biggest political party here is also called Reform Jersey.
I think they're rather different.
They do have a different political persuasion. Guernsey has an election next week, and Jersey has one next year. If you could give one piece of advice to candidates, what would it be?
Tell the truth. The public doesn't want you to tell them what you think they want to hear.
If you talk to people here, a lot of them will tell you about how their lives have been made harder by Brexit.
I say to them that sovereignty is important, that I believe that Britain should make its own laws, that it should control its own borders, that it should make its own trade deals, which it's been doing since Brexit.
But in terms of practical benefit,
I'm just watching some clips of her. I'm just going to mute it while we watch some clips of Anne while I bring to you the latest. Hang on, actually, let's have a listen. Let's have a listen.
As you will be able to tell from things like majorities, there were a few people who liked me before.
Yes, but you must have noticed the difference.
Listen, Mr. Revel Horwood.
I'm just saying, no, you must feel the love.
Exactly. This is what they call it in showbiz, feeling the love. I think it means liking the reception you're getting.
In 2016, which rapper became the first musician to be inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame? A, Jay-Z, B, Snoop Dogg, or C, Diddy? You've put Snoop Dogg.
I haven't a clue why. I think it's Jay-Z.
Well, why did you put Snoop Dogg then?
Because I quite like the sound of Snoop Dogg. Whereas Jay-Z sounds like a loo cleaner. I didn't like it.
Brilliant.
By the way, I'm a bit confused. Were you the cape or the bull?
I was the cape.
Oh, you're the cape, so I just thought I'd find out.
I just forgot the cape.
Yeah, it was absolutely wonderful. Now then, Alicia, I think all the judges are speechless, but Alicia, can you give us a few words?
Humble entrance this week, Anne. The only criticism I have at the moment is the...
Only one?
Well, actually, yeah, the counting out loud. Try doing that in your head. I didn't mind it.
I can get it right here. It's the only way I can get it right.
I didn't mind it. But you walked around not with much conviction, and then Anton's dragging you around like an appliance.
Right, okay. So I'm just getting some more news. I was just leaving that running because it was quite fitting to see that. So we know that they are hunting a white male. For this, we don't know why. We're waiting for a press conference from the police. We are still waiting. They said they were going to have one at 4:30, which is now nearly 5 o'clock. But as per usual, the police just don't stick to what they say they're going to do. They'll probably just come on as soon as I go. As soon as I go, they will. They'll probably come on. I'm just having a quick look now to see if we know anything else. Just bear with me a sec, guys. Right, so I'm going to do a quick rundown of what we know so far. We know that Anne was found yesterday morning. We know that she was found... Get rid of that a sec. We know that Anne was found yesterday morning by her carer. We know that she was found in a pool of blood with head injuries. This was around 11:40 on Thursday, the 9th. Hello, Charles Lee Ray. Everyone coming in, thank you. I really appreciate you guys for coming in. I'm missing a lot of the chat, so please don't think I'm being rude. I don't mean to be. Oh, hang on a sec. Sorry, I'm just trying to log into this website and it's not letting me, so just forget that. I can't be bothered with that. Just bear with me a sec, guys. We know the police are looking for a white male. We know this because that's what they've said. We don't know how they know. We're waiting for a police statement. I'm presuming they have CCTV or something. I'm sure they have something, because where would they have got that from? We're waiting on a full We are waiting, but I don't know when we're going to get it on a full statement from the police. We have had a statement, but we're waiting for a full press conference, or, you know, I don't think they're going to take any questions, but they should hopefully, you know, give us some more details, because we just don't know any more than what we know. They're asking for people who live in the area, of any dash cam footage or any CCTV. Right. Starmer's come out. Hang on, let's have a look at this. Hold on. Isn't it awful? Hold on a minute. Let's get the latest, guys. Now, she was found yesterday morning, and they are looking for a white male. Now, I've got to ask again, why on earth have they only just told us this? They have given the baddie over 24 hours to get away. Now, they don't want us talking about it on social media. Why? Because they're not giving us the information that we need. So are we going to have to speculate? Right, so I'm going to give people the latest who are just coming in now. Welcome in to Doc Dynamics. Hello. They say it was a white person, but it could be a white Muslim. Yeah, she would definitely have cameras. God, she was awful, says a couple of Burks. But why murder her? They have to emphasise the white part. I'm just reading out the comments. Everyone's welcome, guys. Let them have their opinion. But don't be rude to Anne, because Anne deserves our respect, okay? They have to emphasise the white parts of idiots from writing. We don't need info per se. We are not police, but we'd like to know more. Well, I think we should know more, because how can they have a manhunt if nobody knew that they're hunting someone? Do you see what I mean? And anyway, we can't say manhunt anymore, can we? Because we can't say postman or spokesman. It's person. So is it a person hunt? Woke has gone insane. Now, I have a lot of respect for Anne. I thought she was the best Prime Minister we never had. She was a really kind lady. She did a lot for animals. I will be making a video on her, because people might not have known enough about her. Very true. Very true. Very true there. They probably didn't know it was murder, did they? But then they didn't announce her death until this morning, and she died almost 24 hours after she'd passed, which is a bit strange. But then, like you say, maybe they have just come across some CCTV and seen someone running away from the property. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, I think you're right, Moon. Okay, so we're just going to get a quick update. I'm on the BBC website, guys. So I mean, I'm actually in the lair, the lair of the belly of the beast. Okay, so Starmer has come out and said, Starmer on suspect. He's clearly dangerous. Is he the PM? I don't think he is. I don't think we've got one at the moment. Starmer is then asked if there is any evidence that Widdecombe's death is politically motivated. Of course, you're speaking to Starmer, a human rights lawyer who doesn't know anything. He will never say anything about anything. He has to discuss any answer with his team. He has to wait for all the European partners to come up with something. It's just an absolute joke. You can imagine him. Would you like a cup of tea, dear, from old Vic? Well, I've got to have a think about that. I've got to have a think and see whether I do need a cup of tea. You can just imagine. The guy is just an absolute fool, and there's no... what a stupid question to ask him. You can't ask him a straight question, because you'll never get a straight answer. But anyway, he says he won't speculate. Of course he won't. About the case, and says the security of politicians is the utmost importance. The chief constable has briefed me on the details as they're known at the moment, but I think it's very important to have us in our thoughts, the family and friends of Anne Widdecombe. I think so, don't you? We actually care, unlike you. On the suspect, Starmer added, he's clearly dangerous And I implore everybody who's got any information in relation to him to help the police with their inquiries, get him into police custody. I think that if you murder a politician in this country, it's the death penalty. If you hurt a child, if you murder or hurt a child, and I'm not talking about a smack. I don't agree with smacking. I don't smack my son, right? But I don't think you should be murdered for it. But if you actually physically like hurt, as in murder or abuse a child, death penalty, in my opinion. Just saying. So he wants, yeah, okay, whatever. Right, okay. So Prime Minister now is the moment to rise above any political differences. Following the news that police have launched a murder investigation. Can you imagine if this was a lefty that had been killed? Can you imagine the absolute outcry? They'd all be in tears. I'm just having a quick look at the chat, sorry. Hello, hubby, welcome in. Hello, high spirits. Yeah, sustained serious head injuries. I will be making a video, yeah. I want to talk about, you know, more about her as the person, not just, hi, Geo. I know, it's bad. Right, hang on a sec. One moment, hang on. It's Friday, isn't it? Right, she's off today then. Just hang on, sorry. Right, okay. Yeah, those of us who are of age, okay, who are a bit older, like I'm 46 and next week, I think it is, yeah. A week today, actually. It's my birthday next week. I'm going to be 46. I was following politics from a very, very young age. And I remember Anne. I remember the John Major government. I was so young, but I do remember it. And she was part of that government, but she also famously came out and said that Theresa May was the worst prime minister since Anthony somebody, I forgot what his last name is now, but she hated what the Conservatives had become. She left Parliament in 2010. She didn't like how the Conservative Party was going and she walked away. But she was the last of that generation of Tories who had conviction, who were patriotic, who give a shit about the country. She was the last of that generation. It's just awful. Anyway, I'm going to continue. He says to the spoken to the Speaker of the House. This is Starmer. He's spoken to Conservative leader Kemi, Nigel Farage, as well as the thing from Manchester with the eyelashes, to urge everybody to come together. Yeah, right. He's described Anne as a distinguished politician. You vile. I can't, guys. Do you want to see Starmer? Do you want to see him speak? Let me know. Just a quick yes or an Anthony Eden, thank you. Do you want to see Starmer speak? We'll do a quick poll. I don't think I can actually do it on my phone. It won't let me. No, it won't. Just say yes or no. 60 seconds starting now. Let's see how many people want to see Starmer speak. It's in 11 seconds. 11 seconds. Here we go. Get commenting, guys. If we get one yes, I'll put it on. Right, we're down. We're going. We're nearly done. Now I'm counting it in my head. Keep going, guys. Oh, okay, sweetheart. I don't know if you're a dude or a bird. I mean, yeah, dude. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you for the super duper chat. That's really kind. Thank you, and thank you to Moon. No, diddly 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 do. Boo! The minute's over, guys. I will scroll on by. Okay, ta-ta now. Badenoch is stunned. Okay, we're just getting all the reactions now. Right, do you want to watch Badenoch be stunned? Let me know in the comments. Do you want to see Badenoch? 57 seconds. Let's have a look. I'm going to play it, I think. I want to see what she says, but I will leave it up to you guys. I can't do it. Why won't you let me do a poll? Hang on a minute. Let me just... I know it's not a funny situation. We go, you know, Anne has passed away, and I'm not making light of her death at all. Okay? All I'm doing is trying to lighten the mood, because you can't get more depressing, can it really? It can't get more depressing, this country at the moment. Probably going to go out the World Cup tomorrow as well. The country's in the shitter. We're going from one Fabian to the next Fabian. And now we've lost an absolute legend. So, guys, I mean, no disrespect to Anne. I think Anne would want us to continue the same way that she was. Right, okay. No. Anybody else want to see Kemi Badenoch speak? No. Okay, we won't then. Okay. I'm going to read out what she said. Conservative leader has been responding to the news, has been stunned. Remember, it was her party she was with for all those years. Freezy Peach, can you believe she's been murdered? We knew she was passed away. I knew this morning, but she was murdered. It can get more depressing, says Bag of Spanners. Very, very true. I agree, Tamsin. Who was it who mentioned that originally? Was it Moon? I can't remember. Whoever said that first, she might have been about to come out with the Starmer secret. Now, Dan Wootton's always talking about it. Now, I think we all know that old queer Starmer has got a beard as a wife. That woman, I don't feel sorry for her. She knows exactly what he is. I don't believe they're his kids. I think he just borrows them on a weekend. We never see them anyway, which is just weird. It's so weird that he doesn't show his family off, but there you go. We know that, but there's apparently a lot more. Now, look at the Ukrainian rent boy situation. We know that. How would these 3 random Ukrainian models know where Starmer's properties were? Ones that nobody knew about, older ones that he owned but hadn't been using for a while. It's blatantly obvious what was going on. She was in the circles, the political circles. She would have known. I'm speculating, that is all. Did she have something that she was going to expose? I feel sick. I know. I'm so angry. She did. We were just watching. No, exactly. Weirdos. So, is there a chance, do you think, guys, that she could have had something on someone? So, Kemi says, Anne Widdecombe was a very funny and feisty woman who spoke her mind. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Please hit the like. It does help the algorithms. Thank you so much. Ooh. Nasty, horrific attack. My heart is breaking for a family, says Kemi. Kemi and Femi. It is one thing when someone dies, but to know they have been murdered is horrible. The Conservative Party is reeling. I want to convey my condolences to Nigel Farage and to everyone in Reform on behalf of the Conservatives, because we've lost a friend. Yeah, so this is what I was telling you guys earlier. She had committed to spending the rest of her life in Dartmoor, and she got there. So she moved there in 2008. Now, she lived in a very, very remote part of Dartmoor, in Devon. In an interview, she told the BBC in 2008 that her mother was from Plymouth in Devon and her father was from Saltish in Cornwall. She would often be brought back here as a child and we would walk on Dartmoor. At the time, she said she named her home Widdecombe's Rest as a symbol of her retirement and that she planned to spend the rest of her life there. She did say that, but then she also got back involved in politics with Nigel Farage and the Reform Party. You burnt your pizza, Lee. Oh no. Right, guys. I'm just getting the latest sense of shock in this. This is the level of of BBC journalism now. Jenny Kumar. Who is this person? There is heavy police presence outside the property. Live press conference to begin shortly. I'm waiting for that, guys. We are waiting. I wasn't expecting to wait this long. You can watch the press conference at the top of this page. What? Has it happened then? Hang on. Let me just refresh this page, guys. Police launch murder investigation. No, that's just going to take me to BBC News. I don't want to watch BBC News very much. I've got GB News on. It hasn't come on. If it had come on, I would know about it. So she lived very, very, very rurally. Now, she spoke to media one day before being found dead, Anne did. She was on Talk TV on Wednesday. She spoke about Nigel Farage's decision to trigger the by-election in Clacton. She spoke about Reform UK. She was an early backer of Brexit, ultimately becoming a Brexit Party MEP in 2019. She rejoined the party, which has been named Reform, in 2023 as their immigration and justice spokesperson. She was still an active politician. If you're a spokesperson for a major political party, you are politically active. So was this a political assassination? So what we know so far, I have read out the full statement from Devon and Cornwall Police earlier on. They said that she was, the ambulance service called them around 11:40 yesterday morning on the 9th of July. She was found already dead. So she wasn't found dying. She was found deceased by her carer. Now, they confirmed a murder investigation following the suspicious death of Anne. They're searching for the person responsible. It is believed to be a white male. The force added that the detectives of the Force Major Crime Investigation Team are conducting inquiries. How long have we been on? I only wanted to be on like half an hour. Guys, I will be making a video on this as well, but I did want to jump on because I thought the press conference was going to be here, and it isn't. Yeah, we're expecting more details from a press conference at 4:30. Her management team have come out and said they're devastated by the investigation. This cretin, another cretin, said she's extremely distressing. No, you're not. Sorry. Now, preliminary inquiries are ongoing. A spokesperson for the coroner, we can't say spokesman or spokeswoman anymore, can we? Not allowed. A spokesperson for the coroner's office for Devon, Plymouth and Torbay has said that preliminary inquiries are ongoing, but she was murdered. So I'm guessing they haven't done a full autopsy, but they must. Oh, thank you, Jane. It's awful, Jane. Thank you so much, my love. Thank you. It's awful, darling. Awful. Jane says, hi, Penny. I didn't know you were live, so a bit late, but truly shocked over this. Poor Anne. Thank you, love. It's just awful. Absolutely awful. It could be a political assassination. So I'm just going to continue reading this updates. Sustained serious injuries, we know. The carer found her, head injuries. Now, I want to know how they know it's a white male suspect. There's a new post. I'll be up there. Right, guys, I'm going to stay on because the press conference is imminent, I think. So I am going to stay on. Okay, so if you're joining me, I was about to go. I'm not going now. Hang on. Sorry, just turn that off. Guys, just bear with me while I just get this up. I'm going to stay on live, okay? I'm just going to get GB News up and leave it on silent while I continue. Guys, I'm going to stay on. I'm going to be bringing you the press conference live. All right. Hello, Johnny Enoch Powell, MBE. How you doing? Yeah, well, the thing is, though, lovely jubbly, my thought is my thoughts are, what if they assassinate? I've still got some, but thank you. We're waiting for the police. I'm going to stay on. I was going to come off, but we're waiting for this.
Oh, right.
This is what I came on for, because I was going to show the press conference live, and then I was like, oh, well, it's not going to happen. Well, they're setting it up now. Guys, they're setting it up now, so I will bring it to you. What I'm going to do, I'm going to leave that screen on whilst I continue. Okay, so I'm going to leave this screen on here. I've got it on mute, but at any point we can go in and listen. Okay, so I'm just going to leave that on in the background whilst I'm talking. I'm going to keep reading updates. So people in the area of Hayter Vale in Dartmoor, police are asking for anybody who's got door cam footage. Do we have anybody in that area at all? Does anybody in Devon and Cornwall, do we know, that might know about this? Do we know anything? Just let me know. Hold on a sec. Yeah, do we have anyone watching here that lives in that area? Thanks for the likes, guys. I appreciate you. Guys, I'm staying on for a little bit. I know, a white bloke. Yeah, but lovely jubbly. I know what you're saying, right? But what if they wanted to make it look like it wasn't George Cottrell? Where have you got that name from? Is it on Twitter? Hang on a sec. Let me have a look and see who this person is. The mystery donor. An aristocrat. You think he killed? I thought, huh? Who? What? The thing is, as well, I do think it's a massive hit job. Clues posted it on UNN. He's gone a bit far, I think. Too much conspiracy for me. Trantifa, possibly. Hello, Tom. Quite possibly. I'm thinking deranged lefty, but yeah, exactly. But I'm thinking it could have been a political assassination made to look like Anne had an accident, because the first thought by the police was that she'd had a fall. The first thought was not. Apparently so. We're just waiting for the press conference. Guys, I'm staying on. We're gonna I was just gonna jump on, but they're an hour late, basically. But better late than never. So guys, you're gonna find out as much information. It's weird though, because they do up here. Because I was saying this earlier, they do. Right, I'm just gonna hang on a minute. Let's have a quick listen into GB News and see what's going on.
Presumably in the past you've done similar press conferences. Why do the police do them? What do they want to get from this moment in front of the public?
Speaks when he speaks.
Well, they do want to obviously get some reassurance out there that the crime is being dealt with the most senior and experienced investigators, the major incident team. They want to reassure. They want information, so they're looking to get the narrative that they know it out there, so that then people can build around whether they're able to offer information and help to the police. So there's a lot of things they want to get out of that. But of course, these days, as we know, the official sources are only partially in control of what story, the narrative is going out there. There's going to be a lot of speculation. And so Devon and Cornwall will want to get the official version out there as soon as possible and answer some of the questions that you've been posing already this afternoon within the best of their ability to do so at this stage.
And we're being urged not to speculate by the Prime Minister.
Right, I'm just going to turn him off for a minute. I'll leave it running in the background, guys. I'll leave it running. I'll just leave it there. So as soon as we know more, as soon as that comes on, As soon as that press conference comes on, I'm going to shut up and we're going to get full audio from that, and I'll obviously show a bigger picture. Guys, I'm just going to give you some more updates on what we know so far. Right, Andy Burnham has now come out. So much I want to cover on that cretin. Is another one. So much. He's been planning this for years. Do you know, he's tried twice to be leader of the Labour Party and twice lost. People say to me, we don't know who he is. We don't know who he is. Seems all right. He's up north. He's all right. No, he's not. He's not. He is a wolf in sheep's clothing. He's a typical Fabian. They're saying he's not a Fabian. He very much is a Fabian. They're all Fabians. The Labour Party are all Fabians. Fact. He's a wrong-un, and he's more dangerous than Starmer because he's good at acting. He's good at pretending to be the nice guy from up north. Yeah. Anyway, so he's come out, completely pointless reading him. Right. Okay. Now, another update. Police scene surrounding Widdecombe's home. Please give us some respect to what's the BBC, what to expect. A heavy police presence remains. This is a latest update from a minute ago. Outside Anne's house. Several police cars are lined up. Here we go. We've got some aerial footage of her house now. Outside of her rural house, while a police van and 2 officers are parked on her driveway. A forensics van is also parked up. Her home is surrounded by large green spaces with few houses nearby. So, which one is hers? Is this hers or is that hers? There. Hang on. Right, I'm just trying to work out which is her house. I think it's this one. So she had a swimming pool. Blimey. The BBC wanted to get that in, that she had a swimming pool, to make people go, oh, look at her with a swimming pool. I've got to use the BBC for this because otherwise I get full of ads and full of pop-ups and it pisses me off. So at least I'm just giving you the facts. I'm not going to give you any propaganda on this channel. So it looks like this is her house here. Trying to work it out from the police cars. You see, there's cars on this one. I don't think it's that one. Yeah, it's this one. It's got to be. Saying the few houses. There's no houses nearby. There's a house there. There's a house there. There's a house down here. There's a house there. So this is the current situation outside Anne's home. There we go with the forensics van. Oh, you can't see this, can you? Hold on. Sorry, guys, my mistake. I forgot you don't see this. Right. Let me just get this up now. I will go straight back to that. Okay, my apologies. Okay, so this is the latest from outside Anne's home. So 17:24. So this was 4 minutes ago. Police lined up. So this is an aerial view. So they're saying that there's no properties nearby. You've got one there, one there. This is Anne's house here. She obviously had a little swimming pool. So what? She deserved it. She worked hard her whole life, and she's still working now. So there are houses around, but there was a lot of green space. So this is her driveway. These are latest pictures, guys. A forensics van outside her home. She called it Widdecombe's Rest. Right, how are people getting on? Burnham is a proper piece of shit, says Carlos. Burnham is a wrong un. Exactly, Moon. Imagine if it had been Starmer. Oh my God. Yeah, well, but in the Labour Party communists had to blame. Burnham was the last straw, says Darren Lee Bradbury. Welcome to the live stream. I'm assuming this. Yeah. The thing is, the problem is, right, with this country at the moment is that our just judicial system and everything about it. It's not fit for purpose in 2026. All of this, you know, you can't prejudice to trial, you can't speak about it. That was fine when all we had was a local newspaper. In this day and age with the internet, it's not fit for purpose because people are always speaking about trials. So they pick and choose which ones affect them. For example, Southport. We had, after the riots, if you want to call them that, unrest, and people had enough, right? After that, you had people being locked up, and we had statements from the government, the brand new Labour government, were literally saying that these people were guilty before any trial. They weren't put in front of a jury. They had been arrested, locked up, and convicted in a couple of days. And the Labour Party, the Home Secretary at the time, it was Yvette Cooper, and Starmer was saying this person and that person are guilty before they went before a judge. That is what is that is prejudice in a trial, more so than speaking about something on social media. But why did that not prejudice a trial? So all of this don't speculate. It doesn't work in this today's day and age. With social media, you will never stop people talking about stuff. But they did it in the worst possible way. They're supposed to be our leaders, and they prejudiced the trial of those people like Lucy Connolly and all those others. And let's not forget the one that hung himself. They condemned them without a trial. That is how evil and sick these Fabians are. And I've been calling the Fabians out for many, many years, way before everybody else started talking about it. The Fabians are pure evil. They were involved in eugenics. I need to do a full documentary, really, don't I? Because I need to show what they were up to in around the time of the Second World War, and after and before it as well, what they were up to with eugenics. They were sterilising disabled people so that they couldn't have children. They were doing some really sick shit. Where do you think all this agendas come from about pushing gay people into thinking that they're in the wrong body? Many, not all of them, there are genuine people with gender dysphoria. I'm not saying that. But many of them, especially younger people, are just gay. And there's nothing wrong with that. So all of this Fabianism is pure evil. And these people need to go away. They should not be in any role in government in this country. That's just my opinion. Anyway, back to Anne. We're still waiting for the press conference. So just bear with me. Oh, thanks, Gio. Right, I shouldn't even talk. Hello, Spear Through. I shouldn't even talk about the Fabians. I can't. I just hate them. Right, let me just sub to you with this channel. Hold on a sec, Spear Throw, and give you a wrench. How you doing, my friend? It's been a while. Guys, welcome in. Welcome, welcome. Right, okay, I'm just getting to chat. We're still waiting, guys. We're still waiting for the press conference. I'm just going through this. So her Strictly partner, Anton Dubeke, is devastated. And just could have been murdered. Truly horrified. This thing as well is another one. He's not a Fabian. Lib Dems aren't Fabians. They're just liberal lunatics. Psychopaths. Here we go. She lived in rural part of Devon. So we're getting a map now of how rural she lived. So she lived on the edge of Dartmoor National Park. Lovely area. I used to holiday a lot down here. Not so much Plymouth, but I used to go to like Torquay, Teignmouth, Newton Abbot. Lovely, lovely part of the world. She moved into a home in 2008. There is her home there. Police van outside. Yeah, it's not exactly gangster around there, you see. It's not exactly gangster. We're still waiting, guys. We are still waiting for this press conference, which we are told is imminent. So please, please bear with me. Okay, right. I'm going to refresh this and see the latest. I don't want to watch it live because you'll just take my channel down for watching BBC. Press conference is all set up, ready to go, folks. So just bear with me. Okay, there we go. Press conference has been delayed again. It was due at 4:30. We're now at 25 to 6. So, oh my God. I have never known such a banana republic as this country. Somebody who wasn't even an MP when Labour got in. Hello, Sparkle, gorgeous. How you doing? Somebody who wasn't even an MP has just parachuted in. Right, let's have a quick listen to this. It's Martin Daubney.
Time as an MEP with the Brexit Party in Brussels.
He's on holiday, I think.
I just can't believe what's happening. I just cannot believe what is happening. Of all the people you'll ever meet in your entire political career, you'll never find somebody as wholesome, as Christian, as welcoming as Anne Widdecombe, the kindest person you'll ever meet. When we all started as Brexit Party MEPs, so many of us were complete novices, and she was the mother hen. She took us under our wing. And I'll never forget, there was a defining moment in the Brexit story when Anne Widdecombe walked into a miners' welfare in Pontefract during the campaign before the vote, and she got a standing ovation. Now, people in Pontefract would have spat on the grave of Margaret Thatcher. Anne Widdecombe was seen as a Thatcherite, and she walked into that room and the place erupted. And it was like, wow, something is happening here, a defining moment. Anne Widdecombe was on the front line of making sure the working classes got the Brexit vote and forgetting their political past. And when we went out, those first visits to Brussels, to Strasbourg, Anne took all of us under her wing and coached us and helped us. And the speeches she gave were incredible. I was always in total awe of her. I used to have coffee with her in the mornings. I used to run my speeches past her. She used to check my speeches, and when she gave that speech about slavery, casting aside the shackles of slavery, and David Lammy went berserk, the left-wing media went berserk. Nigel Farage sent me to face the media on behalf of Anne. She was always on the front line, and her final speech when she said, "Our harvest is home, and we're off." And we got in a taxi and we went to Brussels, and I sat with Anne and drank champagne. She didn't. She never drank. She never smoked. She was always a clean living Christian. And that is why, Chris, when I heard the news this morning about 6:30 a.m. that she'd had a sudden death, I thought, maybe she'd had a fall. But there's no way she was in poor health. Richard Tice had spoken with her 2 days before. She'd been on an alternative radio station the day before. Bright as the button, no signs of her health failing whatsoever. So straight away, things started to feel a bit fishy. And the news that Anne Widdecombe could be a victim of a murder, I just find utterly mind-blowing. I cannot get my head around it, Chris. I sincerely can't.
And you can't believe how someone like Anne Widdecombe could have enemies in that way, because she was so kind and generous to her opponents away from the studios, away from the platforms, when, of course, she laid out her views in black and white, but they were her views honestly held. But she always understood that politics is about battling, about ideas, not about anything else. Violence had no part in it, not with her at all.
And there was no finer proof of that than that moment in Pontefract where coal miners, as I said, I mean, you cannot, people don't understand, the working classes can't understand how clear and important it was that she got standing ovation that day, and they were embracing her. I remember the media there has been blown away that a Conservative cabinet minister of the Thatcherite years was being applauded by the working classes. And that's what I'm saying, Chris. Every difference is put to one side in the pursuit of sovereignty, in the pursuit of Brexit. And I just don't know a single person that's ever worked with them. Of course, she was a fiery character. That's the point.
I agree. This is my thought as well. And my thoughts are it's someone. That was my initial thoughts as well. I've just muted that. We're just waiting for the press conference now. Is someone she knew? I'm thinking, like, I keep thinking, was it like a crazed lefty? But why now? Why would a crazed lefty just decide to suddenly want to murder Anne Widdecombe? Doesn't make any sense. God, it's so hot in it, guys. Fucking hell. I hate this heat. It's 29 now. Yeah, I hate this heat, guys. How hot is it near you? Let me know. Just let me know. We're just waiting for the press conference. As you can see, they're setting up now. They are setting up now. Just waiting. It is so hot. What's the temperature near you? I don't hate GB News. Yeah, I leave it on. I leave it on in the background when I'm doing stuff. I can't stand that bloody chopper. He spits when he speaks. So yeah, my house right now, I don't know. I haven't got Al's got the thing on his phone. He's got an app. I bet it's something stupid. Okay, beautiful. I've just messaged you and I will message you after. Okay, speak to you soon, my love. Maybe a disgruntled boat. Well, apparently he's white, but then doesn't mean nothing. This talk of working class made a career selling them crap. I don't know what that means, but I like Daubney. But again, I don't trust him. I don't trust anybody. It's 30 here. So it was 30 a minute ago. 25 it. God, where are you? Are you up north? Up north. It was 30 a minute ago. It's now gone. My house feels hotter than 29. AI, if you're listening, I've just had a cup of tea as well. You can't help it though, can you? I can't cope. But the sky is gorgeous. I'd have to look into that John Enoch pal. But again, I don't trust anybody anyway on the TV, you know. But it just doesn't mean I don't mind watching. Guys, there's movement in the. You're in Kent and it's only 25. Really? I thought it was hotter down there. You're right on the coast. Guys, we're getting ready to watch the press conference. We're just waiting now. I'm going to get any more updates there might be coming in. Just bear with me whilst we're waiting. Anything new, I will bring you. My dog's just all passed out now. They're like... Oh, right. While we're waiting, let's watch Anne Widdecombe's last ever public appearance, which was on Wednesday at Talk TV. As soon as they come in, I'm going to switch back though. Okay. Here we go. Don't worry, I'm not going to show him. Here we go. Let's listen to Anne. Have we got audio? Do we have audio?
Very little trust left now in parliamentary processes.
Guys, this was Wednesday, the day before she was found dead. So does she look like she's frail and about to fall over and bang her head? I don't think so. She had everything about her. So again, I'm going to start from the beginning if it will let me. I don't know if it will. It won't let me. Right, okay, here we go.
And if you look at this government, which has a majority on that committee, if you look at this government, look at the way that it's reacted when it's felt vulnerable, changes to political donations, cancelling local elections, we all remember that, going for votes at 16, loosening the voter ID requirements, you just name it. I mean, they react in such a way that is geared all around self-preservation now. Nigel is challenging that establishment, and he's called this the establishment versus the people, and I think that just about sums it up. And I'm delighted that he's taken this, because the attitude previously of politicians was that you just had to endure it. You gritted your teeth, and if you were being subject to fame after fame after fame, and it wouldn't go away, you just carried on until your position became untenable. He's taking, and I drew the analogy with policy decisions earlier, he has taken this decision because he wants an end one way or the other. And he's right to do this. They're going to lack credibility if there's a by-election and a huge majority for Nigel. There's going to be a great lack of credibility if he's still hounded and pursued.
So that was Anne talking on her last ever appearance. Right, Raina's come out now. Oh, Raina, Angela Raver. She looks like Burnham, doesn't she? With them glasses, them stupid big glasses on to try and make them look trendy and cool. Hers come out now. Tributes are rolling in. These are people that hated this woman. They hated her. Donkeys in the Holy Land. What does that mean? It is a clue of some kind. Hello, Jeffrey44. Explain. I don't know what you mean. Guys, you're all welcome in, right? Lefty, righty, middly. I don't care. Everyone's welcome in. If you didn't like her, that's fine. You can say you didn't like her. But please, just be respectful. And if you've got... don't be nasty about someone that's died, all right? Just use your decorum. Right? Everyone's welcome in. Yeah, Angela Rayner, she's here. She says, she calls the news deeply disturbing and distressing and says it's right that we pay tribute across the divides to Anne's many years of public service. Shadow Chancellor Mel Stride, Anne was a remarkable lady. I don't like him either. Lindy Hoyle, Lindy, excuse me, this weather is affecting my throat. Oh, God. Deeply shocked to learn of the circumstances. Police investigation much take... right, delayed, okay? It's been delayed. I'm going to get back over there. I can't... honestly, this thing here. Oh, I'm coming for you. I've got a full video coming on you. I can't... We're not going to watch Starber. Don't worry. Guys, things are getting interesting on the... hang on. The press conference. Oh, they're here, quick. Guys. Here we go.
Here at Devon and Cornwall Police, and I'd like to read you this short statement now on our whereabouts today. We can confirm that a 26-year-old man was arrested at an address in Newton Abbot this afternoon on suspicion of the murder of Anne Widdecombe.
What's that mean?
The suspect, who is a white British national, remains in police custody whilst inquiries continue. Officers were called to Miss Widdecombe's home at Haytor by the ambulance service around 11:40 a.m. on Thursday, the 9th of July. Sadly, 78-year-old Miss Widdecombe was located deceased within the property. She has sustained serious injuries. Her next of kin have been informed and are being supported by specially trained officers. Detectives from the Force Major Crime Investigation Team have launched a murder investigation and are conducting extensive inquiries into the circumstances surrounding Miss Widdecombe's death. While we work closely with our partners and have consulted counter-terrorism policing as part of our initial inquiries, the incident is not being treated as terrorism. A cordon remains in place at the property while specialist officers continue forensic examinations. There are road closures in place around the scene, and the public will see significant police activity in the area while detectives and other officers continue house-to-house and CCTV inquiries. This is an extremely tragic incident. Our thoughts are very much with the family and friends of Miss Widdecombe at this very difficult time. Our murder inquiry is in its early stages, but moving at significant pace, and we're deploying all the necessary resources to find out exactly what has happened. I would appeal to anyone who may have information about this incident, however insignificant it may seem, to come forward and speak with us. While we release further information when we're able to do so, but in the meantime, I would ask people not to speculate about what might have happened, particularly on social media. That's not only potentially harmful to our investigation, but also deeply distressing to the family and friends of Miss Widdecombe. We've set up a major incident public portal for information. Images or footage can be submitted to us there, and this can be found easily on our website. Information can also be passed anonymously to the independent charity Crime Stoppers. Thank you very much. I'll now take a few short questions.
Was the offender known to the victim?
We've remained open-minded throughout the investigation and we're making those inquiries, so it's too early for me to comment further on that at this time.
Christine from Sky News. Is there an indication that the murder was politically motivated?
No, at this time, again, it's early stages of the investigation, so we'll remain open-minded. At this time, I've got no information to believe that that is a politically motivated crime. Please.
Alex Barker, Channel 5 News. Had you received any threats before this?
Well, we work very closely within national protocols to monitor those within MPs and the political environment. I don't think it'd be wrong for me to comment about anything around an individual at this stage of the investigation.
Paul Greaves, Devon Line. Is there anything more you can tell us about the nature of the injuries Ms. Widdecombe sustained?
Well, again, I think for both sensitivity of the family and friends and also this stage of the inquiry, it'd be wrong for me to comment on that any further right now. But when we have further details of any part of the investigation, we will, of course, be briefing out to you.
Thank you, Kate, from Greatest Hits News. Can you tell me about the police presence in the area that's ongoing this evening?
Yeah, so police presence will remain high for a number of reasons. Most of all, we're still evidence gathering within our investigation. So, like I said in the statement, CCTV, etc. But of course, we also want people to feel safe. At the moment, I don't know of any ongoing risk, but we know that the presence of our officers, just to make people know we're there, be available to give advice, etc., will be around. So you can expect an increased presence throughout the weekend.
Was the 26-year-old man arrested locally, or was he outside the force area?
So the person we have in custody has been arrested within the force area.
Was there any struggle when he was arrested?
I'm not going to give any further details about our operational activity today. Thank you. I'll take two more.
Sorry, was he known to you?
Again, inappropriate to comment, I think, on the individual facts of the case at this stage of it. Thank you.
Any signs that anything was stolen from the property? Was the property broken into? You see it as a burglary gone wrong?
So all the things that we need to work on throughout the investigation. And the key thing, I think, for us is obviously all our efforts today are focused on this investigation to get the right outcome for Ms. Widdecombe's family, friends, but also to make our communities feel safe and confident that we have some of the best officers working on it. We remain open-minded as to that question. Nothing further to say at this time. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for your time. Much appreciated.
Okay, statement there from Devon and Cornwall Police. Now to Mark White in the studio. Let's go through what we've heard there. So they've now arrested a 26-year-old man in Newton Abbot on the suspicion of murder, by all accounts, of Anne Widdecombe. They don't know if the attacker knew Anne Widdecombe. They don't know if it's politically motivated, and they won't comment on the injuries. Let's look at the location, though, Mark White. Newton Abbot, is that near Anne Widdecombe's house? How far away is it?
It's about 24, 25 miles away. It's within
Didn't I just mention Newton Abbot, guys? Right, I'm going to go through that. Didn't I just say we used to go on holiday to Teignmouth, Newton Abbot area? How mad's that? Exactly. And did you notice how they purposely kept the mic off the questions? We couldn't hear the questions. Did anyone notice that? They purposely didn't want us to hear the questions because I could just hear him. We can't talk about that. We can't talk about that. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, very evasive. Sorry, I'm just going to put this back on a sec.
Key pieces of information that came out there. One, he was asked whether there was any terrorist motivation. He said they didn't believe there was any terrorist motivation to the suspected murder of Anne Widdecombe. Asked as well whether there was any political motivation. He said that he wasn't, the information that they had at that stage didn't lead them to believe or that he wasn't prepared to go there, I think, at that point. And also asked about whether it could have been a burglary that's gone wrong. Again, he said that they're trying to build a picture around exactly what happened on that day. He wouldn't go, understandably, into the question around the extent of the injuries suffered by Anne Widdecombe, but we've heard in the initial statement from the police that she had suffered serious injuries.
So where are we now? It wasn't terrorism. We don't know if the attacker knew Anne Widdecombe. They don't know. Open-minded on the political motive. Burglary gone wrong, possibly. I mean, either way, so upsetting to so many members of the family across politics. The motive, well, we don't know anything more than the fact they've arrested the attacker, which frankly is a relief.
Yes, I mean, listen, we're at that stage in an investigation now where we've got a suspect in custody, a suspect who's not been charged as yet, but we still have to be a bit more careful now in what we say because the case is now active,
guys.
In legal.
I've just been digesting what's just been said. Well, they're giving a press conference to journalists. So he could have come out and said, this is just a press conference. There's not going to be any questions. But he never said that. He came out and never said anything about, we won't be taking any questions. He then asked for questions and then didn't answer any. Right, okay. Some more information's coming out now. Now it's not confirmed, but it is alleged to be true, okay, that she was apparently allegedly hiding in her bathroom before the incident, okay? I don't know where this is coming from, if it's true, and then was later found dead with sustained head injuries. Now, this opens the entire debate on Nigel Farage and his money for security, because people are saying, oh, he had this 5 million, but he had it for security. This is why he needs it. And honestly, whether you like him or not, if people are offering him money to pay for security, because the government won't pay for it, the government won't pay for his security. Like, that milkshake could have been acid. It could have been acid. Nigel Farage, everywhere he goes, just be careful naming people. No, he's from Newton Abbot, they said. Did you not hear? He's from Newton Abbot. He might be a local innocent. Yeah, you're right. You're right. It could be just a local person. I don't remember a local gardener, but anyway, so yeah, so whether you like Farage or not, everywhere he goes, he gets attacked verbally and physically, right? So if someone wants to give you 5 million to pay for private security, then I don't blame him for taking it. Just saying. And you've got Lord Ali giving Starmer God knows what, suit, sunglasses, and then he gets a pass to walk around Downing Street. No one knows what he was doing there. And we do know that he apparently had part in choosing the cabinet. Why is no one talking about that? I don't believe the opportunities junkie thing. Nah. Oh, Starmer alert, he's speaking. Hold on, let's have a listen. Sorry, guys, mute if you want to.
Friends of Anne Widdecombe at this awful time for them. Anne was a distinguished politician over many, many years with many achievements, and it's a huge loss. I've spoken to the Chief Constable this afternoon about the details, and I think this is really important, that this is a moment where we rise above any political differences, the political divide, and say the single most important thing at the moment is...
Guys, that's enough. Just remember, you're not going to see him for much longer, guys. We'll look back. Hi, Nikki, love. We'll look back with fond memories of the robot Keir Starmer. As you can see, I'm taking the absolute piss here. Right. To digest from that. Okay. So from what I'm reading, I don't know how true it is, but I'm reading on Twitter that she was hiding in her bathroom. What else? It's true. Being a right-wing politician is extremely dangerous now. No, lefties, no one's throwing milkshakes over these lunatic lefties, are they? Because people on the right don't go around doing that. And I've said this before, whether you like Starmer or not, could you take that in, please? When you asked before, there was some in there. If you like him or not, good point. Yeah, I think personally that this was a political hit, and they framed someone. Thank you. Like, who was it who said about the local gardener or something? We'll see. Yeah, yeah. Stay open-minded. Always stay open-minded. Let me just see what they're talking about now. Oh, right, hang on. It's on now.
Tonight. Police have addressed media into the murder investigation of former MP Anne Widdecombe at a home on Dartmoor in Devon. Here is what we know. Miss Widdecombe was located deceased within the property. She had sustained serious injuries. A man aged 26 has been arrested on suspicion of her murder. The incident is not being treated as terror-related. I just want to add my own personal thoughts with Anne's friends and family. I worked with her many times, and she was a wonderful, wonderful lady. You may disagree with her politics, that's entirely up to you, but you couldn't disagree with Anne. She was just a lovely lady. Okay, let's bring you up to date on the latest actually happening in the case. I'm joined now by GB News Home and Security Editor Mark White. Mark, the police have just addressed the press. What do we know? What they said?
Yeah, we've just been hearing from the Assistant Chief Constable of Devon and Cornwall Police, Matt Longman, at the police headquarters in Exeter, giving an update.
Well, that's ended now. Let's get rid of that. Wow. Politics is for the proletarian in Marxist theory. They are the wage earning working class tonight. Yeah, it's the world's gone the country's gone crazy. A lot of the world has gone crazy, like Joe Cox. Exactly. Now, I've said this before. The guy Tommy somebody who was done for that, he wasn't right wing. He wasn't a member of Britain First. It's all come out. He wasn't even, you're right, it's too hot on it. He wasn't even right wing. He was framed, and no one even knows where he is now. But anyway, I digress. There's rumours that she's not even dead. But again, that's rumours. 26-year-old white male. The person who named him as Abbott Newton or something. No, he was from Newton Abbott. Look, guys, I'm trying to find out what I can. All right. Before we go. But we know that so far we know that a white man aged 26 has been arrested. He's in police custody. We don't know a motive. But again, white doesn't necessarily mean English or British even. It is a nice little place. Have you been as well, Moon? Robbery, big house, middle of nowhere, probably a crackhead. I don't believe that, thank you. I don't believe that for 1 minute. I don't believe that it was just a random. Because it was a bungalow and she had other bungalows around her. Yeah, and me years ago. Yeah, there was nothing about 7/7, was there? Very true, that. Can you imagine if there was like white people blowing up? Exactly. Why say British National? Have you noticed how they came out and they really wanted to say British National? They really did, didn't they? But British National isn't ethnically English. No, it's not the BBC. I'm just looking at rumours on Twitter. Based and Bruges is the one that's come out and said it was in the bathroom. But again, it's just rumours. It's not confirmed. And until it's confirmed, apparently, some of the stuff that's come out about Anne is utterly... Hang on. This Adam Bolton has been on talking about her, saying she was a spinster and an old maid. I'm literally having a really quick look now. They're being vile on Sky News, as per usual. If this was a left wing, if this was Diane Abacus, for example, immediately, yes, they were, but then so were the Romans before that. So, and at the end of the day, I know what you're saying, Ahmed Yel Groon. I can't even say your name, but I'm going to call you Arnold. I know what you're going to say, but it doesn't matter if it was 1,000 years before, they still came over. If you want to go back that far, the British Isles were attached to Europe. We were all one continent. So we were all, us and Northern Europe, we crossed over anyway. We were attached to that part of the land. So all of Northern Europe, right, are just, we have the same birds. All this, when it says like a Eurasian starling or a Eurasian blackbird, for example, it's Eurasian. Exactly, Doggerland. We were attached to Europe. So no, anyone that comes from Northern Europe to this country are not actual immigrants, because all the Germanic region, we were all one, which is why we're all mixed in. So they're not really immigrants at all, because we were all part of it. Just saying. Hello, Lucky Singh. How you doing? Welcome to the live stream. Exactly, that's what I'm thinking. Now, it could be an Eastern European. Yeah, or that's what I was going to say. The next thing I was going to say, could it be an Eastern European? Good to see you. Welcome. Please hit the like. It does help. Has the British national recently travelled to Russia? Possibly. So it's Putin's fault. We need to spend more on war. It can get, it can get a bit ridiculous, can't it, lovely jubbly? Like every time people say, oh, Anglo-Saxons are immigrants, then I will just keep going back further if that's the way they want to play, because it's ridiculous. If she was married with 3 kids, I would mention it and no one would have an issue. What's wrong with mentioning that she was a virgin, sphinxter, and an old maid? I find that extremely rude. But it doesn't matter. You're still the same people living there. A British national can be a foreigner. Hello, Larry, who ended up with paperwork. Exactly. I want our government join war. What war? Are you in India or are you in the UK? Yeah, of course, it'll be Putin's fault. Of course. Everybody said, no, I want our government to join war with Iran. Oh, I don't want. Well, we've got too many wars as it is. We shouldn't be in any wars. We shouldn't be in any bloody wars. I'm sorry, but no, we shouldn't. Right. So I'm just going to mute that. So at the moment, the latest is, I'm going to come off now because I'm going to make a video in a bit. The latest is Anne was murdered. The police believe she was murdered. They've arrested a 26-year-old white male. They made it clear it was a British citizen. They wanted to make that clear. There's talk on Twitter. Okay, I don't know if it's true. Again, it's on Twitter. There's talk that that she was locked in a bathroom. I don't know where this is coming from. This is what people are posting on Twitter, but we don't know. It said that they initially thought it was terrorism, but then they said they don't think it is anymore, and they don't know. Yeah, no more foreign wars. Yeah, a British citizen does not mean that he was ethnically British. Well, there is. Look, I've got to get away from this, guys. There's no such thing as ethnically British. I'm English, and that's it. I'm English. Britain and the United Kingdom is not a country. It is a union of countries. They want us to forget England, Ireland, Scotland. If you can't secure your own borders, it's your fault. Who's your fault? Me personally? Every time we get a chance to vote, we are asked, do you want to vote for a secure border and less immigration? And we vote yes. Exactly. Same. Brits moan but do nothing, kind of cowards in a way. I take it you're an American? You see, I love our American cousins, but you're the reason why a lot of British don't like Americans, because you act like that. Exactly, English sheepdog. We get like exactly Mondo. One thing we know for sure is the story they give us will be in some way fabricated and spun. Anglo-Saxon. I've just found out I've got some Viking in me. Yeah, just get rid of them, guys. They don't understand. They never will, because they don't have what we have, Geo. They are a country of immigrants. So they only go back 250 years. They don't understand what it's like to have an ethnicity. And that's fine. But then they come and tell us about it. It's just weird. But anyway. Yeah, very proud Anglo-Saxon. But I've found out the other day, and spoke to my mom, that we have some Viking in us as well. Interesting. Anyway, so yeah, that's the latest that we know. We know that I'm giving you everything that we know so far. And Anne was murdered. They're not saying she was suspectedly murdered. They're saying she was murdered. And a 26-year-old male. The reason why I'm going to Twitter, guys, just quickly before we go, is because the mainstream media, including the newspapers, are not allowed to talk about names or anything like that. But people on Twitter are allowed to. They are allowed to. They can just do what they want, just like we can do what we want. So this is why I'm a little bit more open to listening to rumours. Again, I always state this is a rumour or alleged. I will never ever come out with this is true unless it is a fact. And even then, do we believe fact checked? Not really. We know they lie. Just so you make me know anything else before we go. She was a very remarkable woman. As I say, I will be putting a video out. I will be putting out a little bit about her work with animals, because I think that is very important as well, because she did do a lot with animals, charities, donkeys, somebody mentioned as well. We do know that apparently the events surrounding her death were extremely distressing, and the scene where they found Anne was extremely... How do I get rid of that? Hang on. I don't want the audio on that. Oh my God, Starmer, we don't want to hear you. Sorry, I'm just having a quick look on Sky. I know I hate Sky, but I'm just making sure we've not missed anything that's come out since. So yeah, if you want to leave anything here, you can. Any sort of messages, anything you just want to say. If there's anything you just want to say and get it out, get it off your chest, say it now. Oh, right. Aerial view of her home here. Oh no, we don't want to see that. And too early to say if Widdecombe knew suspect. That's what they said. She gave an interview the day before she died. So we're just waiting to find out. Did she know the suspect? No ongoing risk. She's gonna have CCTV, surely. She's gonna have CCTV, isn't she? Right. Hello, DJ Rockford. Again, thank you to the super chats. Really kind. Desperate for hedgehog food, so that will go to that. Well, it's kitten food we buy, but for the hedgehogs. Thank you to everyone for joining me. Thank you to our moderators. Thank you to our channel members. Thank you to everyone's support. Again, everyone was welcome. Some people can be very insensitive. Is Paz here? Where's Paz? I can't see Paz. Where am I looking? I'm just looking at the chat. Someone's been timed out. Hold on. Is it just some moron? You're welcome, Tamsin. Good evening, Paz. Wish it was better circumstances. I can't see him. Where is he? Oh, there you are. Sorry. I just woke up from a nap to find out she was murdered. Poor woman. Oh, I know. Sorry, I've just seen your comment, mate. We haven't done our stream together, have we? We were planning on doing. You should let me. I'll message you when you're ready. Well, we'll do it. We're going to do a stream on it. I'm going to interview Paz about his time in the army, and we're just going to have a laugh like we used to have. So, yeah, I've just been reading some of the comments. It is absolutely shocking. That Femi thing, it just vile. Absolutely vile. This is the one that got banned or send me home. I'm not in UK. And what? Shut the fuck up. Oh, anyway, yeah, good to see you, DJ Rockford. It's been a while. It has been a while, and yeah, we will collab. We used to collab all the time, Tom. It was fun. We used to have a right laugh. We should do it again, Paz. Let me know when you're free, and I'll get it set up on here, and we can just talk about. We'll just put the world to right. Just talk about politics and what's going on, and not all of us. Half of the whites in the UK have breeded with all colours. Most of you. Well, that's funny because my son is not bred with other colours. Do you know what, Paz? She's never been back. She has never been back. Guys, we are talking about the death and murder of one of our most cherished politicians, right? And you come in with this nonsense about who we're breeding with. Like, are you another American that's come in who is actually an immigrant? Because all Americans are immigrants. Take care, English. I'm going now anyway. What was that? Do you know that is still on my mind all the time, Paz? Please come on, let's do a stream. Everyone hello, Terry Knowles Band again. They do need God, but some places do have God. Some places do have God. Yes, exactly. You need to tell him then. You need to bug him. I'm English, true English, unlike you. Like, what am I then? What am I if I'm not English? Let me know, please do. Hello, Bridget, love. We're just going now. Well done, Penny, for putting up with the Oh, they don't bother me at all. Okay, mate, let me know. You've got my number. You're Anglo. You need to learn how to spell. You see, you say that you're English, but you can't even spell. So I'll give you a little spelling lesson, okay? So come back when you've learned how to spell properly, because I don't engage with morons. Take it easy, English. Catch you later. Saxon 1400 years, you rats in the chat. Yeah, of course it is, Moon. It can't spell though. So when it comes back to spell it, I'll engage. Well, Paz is Welsh. So what's he then, you absolute fool? It's not letting me show your comments, Tom. No, they don't bother me at all. I wonder why it's not. Tom, I'm going to give you a wrench so you get your comments through, because you've been really, really into this stream, and she does reserve more respect. And this is about her, not about some utter morons that can't even spell and say that he says he's English, but he can't even use the actual English language properly. Okay, guys, look, this isn't about taking the country back today. You're welcome, Tom. Exactly, Moon. This isn't about taking back the country. Today's about the murder of a British institution. She was such an amazing woman. She was the best Prime Minister we never had. I don't care if people don't like her. That's up to you, but I did. And I genuinely believe that if Reform get in, which I think they will, I hope they do, that she would have been in the cabinet, possibly Home Secretary. Yes, she was 78, but look at Joe Biden. Anyway, no, of course there weren't, Moon. There was no vile comments. But again, he wasn't even a right-winger. That was a patsy, that. Let's not forget David Amis. We're all in trouble. Yeah. And I have respect for the Sikh people. I know what happened with that Digwar and all that stuff, and his family are utter scumbags. But the Sikh people have condemned that, and I have a lot of respect for the Sikh people. I used to work with them, a lovely family. She was an amazing, strong lady. Look, they want us to hate each other. Yeah, I don't hate anyone. I wouldn't marry. What? I wouldn't marry a Sikh. Why would I want to? Look, I'm married to a white man. Okay, that's it. I'm not going to marry a Sikh. I'm not going to marry anybody else because I'm married to somebody already. Just saying. Idiot fatty goose. I don't even know what that is. Idiot fatty gooseria. Oh, I don't fucking know. She did stand her ground. We should all be more Anne Widdecombe. We should all stand her ground. But it's horrendous. She was brilliant on Celebrity Big Brother as well. She really was. Okay, guys, I'll be doing... Oh, Funky's here. Funky Pigeon's here. Sorry, she comes every day a bit later on. Funky. If you want to see pictures of Funky, go over to Penny Bunny. I'm going to put some more pictures up there. She was an English national. I didn't agree with her Civ Natalery, but I respect her. Reform won't get in. Well, we'll see. We'll see, Carlos, because if Rupert Lowe's got anything to do with it, he will make sure it's the Tories that get in, because we all know he's a Tory out to wreck Reform. Terrible, really bad. You mean she was a good lady? Is that what you mean? She was funny. She was really funny. Thanks for being here, lovely jubbly. Thank you. Mrs. Brown or Miss M. Brown, sorry. My eyesight's getting worse. God protection. Okay. Quick to point out it was a what? Yeah, exactly. Oh, it's driving me insanely. I'm back at the dentist in a couple of weeks. Guys, I'll be doing a birthday stream. Oh, actually, will I be doing a birthday stream? Well, Restore are just a massive distraction. Look into Rupert Lowe is all I have put one video out. I'm doing some more. He's got a lot of money in net zero. He's very much for the net zero, and he's got shares in battery companies, solar panel companies, and his daughter. What was his daughter married, or was it his daughter married a Muslim man? But apparently his supporters hate Muslims. The irony is just ludicrous. But anyway, yeah, I think he's possibly an Eastern European, because that would make him white. And if he's got citizenship, it would make him a British national. Just saying. Oh God, aim high, vote low. Please, guys, just think about what you're actually saying. Albanians are white. They are classed as white, yeah. Yeah. Anne also took care of her sick mother at the same time. Yeah, she was a really, really, really kind lady. Well, so is Smith, and that's what I am. Jews are classed as white. Are they? And the Middle Eastern? Anyway, let's not argue about colour. So do I, and I'm just being realistic. Okay. All Restore care about is getting rid of reform. That's it. In Scotland, they never stood because they didn't want to split the vote. They wanted the Conservatives to get in. Think about it. Fuck's sake, man. She loved our animals. She did. I'm going to be talking about that. I might put that on my penny bunny, actually. Well, they reckon that like 80% of all Albanians are actually like seeking asylum here. It was a couple of years ago it came out, that statistic. It was absolutely insane. They're tagging Semitic. What do you mean, Tom? Right, guys, I've been on for over 2 hours. It was supposed to be a quick one, but I wanted to talk about this. I agree. I agree. Exactly, Spear Thrower. This is what I love about us. We can agree to disagree. Yeah. We just know they're never going to get in. I'm looking at the bigger political spectrum. First past the post, reform to come in as a third party on a first past the post system with two major parties is unheard of, but they were doing it. So what do they need? Bring somebody else in who is part of the Tories, who openly works with the Tories, who admitted on live TV that he's got a pact, yeah, with the Tories. He admitted it in an interview with Rees-Mogg. A Tory. Okay, now, man. I'm not a restore or reform. Voting is for people and needs solutions. You can't think of any. Hello, Sing Blue Silver. I am literally just going now. Yeah, are you actually in India, Lucky Singh? Do you know a lot about Sharia law then? If you watch The Handmaid's Tale, that is Sharia law. Take care, Moon Love. I'll catch up with you. Where's your message gone? There it is. Have a good evening. You too. I've got to go and do lots of animal stuff now. Every generation has its... Yeah, this is the madness, though. Sorry. Right, okay. I don't think they will, Gio. I don't think they will. He got thrown out because he went to the newspapers. People have got a really short memory for some reason. He went to the Mail on Sunday and did a 2-page spread slagging off his own party leader. Let's not forget that. You don't do that. Yeah. That's, it's like if I'm here and if I've got a job, let's just say I'm working somewhere, I've got a job and I go on social media and slag off my boss publicly to a massive room of people. Am I going to have a job on the Monday morning? Probably not. Just saying. Anyway, no, he's allowed his opinion though. He's allowed his opinion. We welcome everybody here. Everyone's welcome. We're very diverse. Yeah. It's not just Birmingham and Bradford anymore, unfortunately. It's everywhere. Right, guys, good night. Good night. It's evening time. I was going to stream tonight. I don't know if I'll get a chance now, but I'll probably be working on this video. And I've got all the animals to sort out. And there's a lot. And please, guys, I know it's not the animal channel. I do have one. Please, guys, put some water out. All right? Put some shallow dishes out of water for the hedgehogs, for the birds, for insects. Put a few rocks in it so the insects can get a drink as well. All right, just think about others. I'll be putting a post out on my other channel. Guys, if you're not subbed to Penny Bunny, I do all my animal stuff over there. You're welcome over, guys. Have you ever translated the call to prayer? No. Oh, you too, Bridget, my darling. I'll speak soon, darling, okay? Goodbye, everybody. Good night, Scotland. I'm off to water the plants. I'm off to water the guys and the animals, remember? Thank you very much. Yeah, I'm hoping I'm not surprised, lovely, jubbly. I've had mine out for a week now. Oh, amazing, Nikki. Oh. Right, I might pop on later on my other channel, we'll see. But I am going to be working on a video, so I'll speak to you soon, guys. Lots and lots of love. Thank you for the super duper chats. Thank you for Gio for becoming a member. And thank you for being here and giving Anne your love and support, because I do believe in prayer, and I do believe that in karma, and it's coming. And God bless everybody. Speak soon. Bye.